So now that we've got the TSM thing out of our system, you know, we've purged the poison. Now we can talk about the good of this. Well, yeah, that's right, TSM fans, because that part wasn't good, that TSM lost and got completion. No, but now we can talk about the good things that happened at this tournament. Now we can talk about what was good at this tournament.
Rewind.
I have to say, Monty, one of the things I did enjoy an awful lot about this tournament, and the way what's great about a movie is that to have it be satisfying, it can't just be like you go from the beginning of like what you want to happen to what you want to happen immediately. There have to be stages where it's like the satisfaction is like the process that unfolds. Okay, so like a heist movie, they can't just like immediately find the plan to how to do it and everything works and they just get away with the jewels, you know. There has to be like something goes wrong and then they adapt to that plan, and then there was a little secret twist at the end that they had in the plan. So here's what I loved about this tournament, Monty. It's not, I don't dislike TSM the team, but I think you know how I feel about certain elements of the TSM fan base who respond in particular manners, win or lose, let's just say. So one of the things that I particularly enjoyed about the way this tournament played out, that was perfect, I couldn't have scripted it better, was it started out with Fnatic versus TSM. So if you remember, Fnatic wins, and Fnatic isn't supposed to beat TSM, so that alone starts the shit talking. All the EU fanboys finally,
I thought Fnatic would win.
They get to get their sword out, they get to actually like talk some shit after all these months of NA teams doing better. They finally get to talk some shit, so they take that opportunity and they run with it, Monty. They're talking mad shit, so the NA fans are getting mad. You know that thing in that video that you linked to from Somebody Insight, where I said that the standard thing of NA fans is not to be like, oh, I guess we better just take our lumps. Now, you know, we gave out a lot of shit to them, so we should just take our lumps. No, instead it's always to be like, come on, do you have to be so classless as to talk shit? Why can't you just focus on the good, not on the team that's lost? Like all that amazing, delicious, beautiful irony and sorrow, that pain that's released, and I fucking eat it up. But anyway, aside from that, so this is the beauty, Monty. It starts like this. So that builds the first initial tension point, which is EU fans have talked mad shit. So if you remember, what happens next is Fnatic loses to AHQ. Oh my god. Fnatic's been upset. So finally, even though TSM hasn't won a game yet, TSM fans think, wait a minute. NA fans think, wait, they're not supposed to lose this game. Oh my god, it was a fluke. They've been upset by Taiwanese team. So they laugh and they make all the chat talk. They're like, haha, you lost to a Taiwanese team, you idiots. Taiwan aren't even good. It was all a fluke. You fucking suck, EU. You suck so hard. And then do you remember what happens next, Monty? Do you know what happens next in the perfect storyline? TSM loses to AHQ. I almost fucking, I was euphoric at that moment. I was just like, ah. I felt like a light came down from heaven.
Blood rushing to
Almost like the light came. It's like for a moment, as the cloud, it had been a sunny day and the cloud had passed across the sun and blocked it, and it got like, you know, like a little bit dark but not much. And then suddenly out of the middle of the cloud there was a little hole, and one shaft of light just beamed down right onto me, like, and I realized like there is still good in the world. And at that moment I also realized, wait a minute, TSM's lost 2 games to Fnatic and AHQ. They still have to play EDG, SKT. That means the odds are they're going out of this tournament. Oh baby, oh baby. Yeah, so anyway, see the way it's the way it played out that made it, especially, it was almost Shakespearean, Monty, the way they thought they'd come back in and triumph, only to have it snatched away from them. It was beautiful. It's great times we live in, Monty. Great times. You know how I said this is like the darkest timeline because all the great players are abused and like on the benches and stuff? Maybe it was all worth it in the end. Maybe we had to come to this point in life so that we could have these things. Maybe God does work in mysterious ways and things do happen for a reason, Monty. Suddenly I feel like my whole life, it had to happen this way, you know.
Rewind.
But no, like, I don't know. Like, there's just so much like speculation going on, and it's just heartbreaking because I really did like the 2 things I wanted from MSI were Fnatic to do well and like TSM to do well. So now
1
that
out of 2.
TSM hasn't done well, I'm like, fuck me. And, like, I'm angry about it, and then I'm like, you know, bartering like maybe it's okay because I still think it is okay. Like, I think this is just,
god, Monty, he thinks it's okay that TSM went 1-4.
This is just fucking unlucky. And
oh my god, it was luck. It was luck.
This tournament was just unlucky for TSM. Like,
holy shit.
Go that way. If you go that way, then we can just write off their IEM win as #fucking lucky.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
And there's no skill involved in League
Co-signed
of Legends at any stage.
Co-signed pr0lly.
I mean, I don't think no one's lucky in EU. It's you're unlucky or you're fucking, you know, boosted or some shit. So I just don't even know, man. Because, yeah, like, who puts Bjergsen on like 0 carry potential champions or like low carry potential champions? Like him playing Ziggs, like fuck yeah.
This guy who used to be like an AD carry in Korea, and then he was like briefly a support player, and I think that guy actually puts him on them.
Well, it had to be an
and deserves full credit.
Listen, Bjergsen and Loco that this was the right thing to do.
As a coach, deserves full credit for all of their wins and losses. Okay, there you go.
No. First
full credit. Full credit. Okay, yeah.
All wins, I get full credit.
It's weird though. They never want to accept that end of the bargain. Yeah, exactly. Every single coach is like, when they won, like, well done, boys. You implemented the game plan well there. Whenever you lose, why didn't you listen to what I said? I specifically told you not to lose this game. What are you doing right now? Like, what? Come on, man.
Disappointment sometimes.
Rewind.
Although I have to say, by the way, talking about the games, if you remember, the first game was the one where they played Fnatic, and Hooney had like Cassiopeia. Now, even though he made this long Reddit post explaining what he actually meant by his statement, when Jat made that tweet, I almost had tears in my eyes laughing.
Wait, what was this?
The tweet where Jat said that TSM played terribly, and like as soon as Hooney locked in Cassiopeia in game 1, it looked like they were just on tilt for the rest of the tournament. So basically, just in Champ Select alone, they were tilted for the rest of the whole tournament. Now, whether he meant something different and he couldn't expand upon it, I thought that was hilarious because Broken Shard had one of the all-time great follow-ups where Broken Shard said, "Yeah, I had a Cassiopeia lock-in top in one of my solo queue games 4 months ago. I guess that's why I've sucked. I've been on tilt ever since." That's actually pretty legit. I'll give you points there, Broken Shard. Well played. He set that one up. You knocked it down, my friend.
Rewind.
Okay, there's the other one. So Cho'Gath, Ziggs, and Urgot. What do you think? And by the way, his stats were he had something like twice as many deaths as kills. Like I think he had 24 deaths or something. He had very few assists, and he only got something like 12 kills total.
Well,
that's not Bjergsen, dude. That's not the Bjergsen we know.
Whole team loss. Of course, he's gonna look like it's his worst performance.
No, that doesn't work if you're an all-time great player. Faker had games in this tournament where the team lost, and he was still fucking doing everything you could possibly do, like insane escapes. The Zoe game.
Look at Game 5 versus EDG. He had a comp built around countering his LeBlanc, and he still did shit.
Well, that's because it's fucking LeBlanc.
Oh, pr0lly! Do you know how many games LeBlanc was available for TSM and he didn't pick it?
Before he got shit at chicken, I'll take that back. LeBlanc sucks. I don't give a shit about LeBlanc. That's Faker playing LeBlanc. Yes, Faker playing LeBlanc is always going to be outperforming other motherfuckers. So
no, you've made a false equivalency there. You've made everyone else. You've made two groups: Faker and everyone else in the world. Yes. Nope. People like Pawn can play other champions. Dude, Pawn plays fucking Kassadin, goes super all in, early game with a rod, and fucking kills everyone. That's not what's supposed to even happen. What's Bjergsen doing? He doesn't pick Zed, he doesn't pick LeBlanc, he doesn't pick fucking anything playmaking, and you're just like, yeah, but he got some CS. It's not his fault. Leave the mids alone.
Rewind.
Like my theory on Santorin is that he's the typical solo queue jungler, you know, Monty, because you know at the high level of solo queue they say what you do if you're a jungler is once you identify a lane as losing, you're like, well, that's abandoned, just cut that off, you go to the winning lane and you try and snowball that, you know. So that's like how Santorin plays, except like this is actually your teammate. Like that guy actually like has to go home with you on the bus. That guy who you're just like basically Santorin's flying the last helicopter out of Vietnam and he's trying to swing that rope ladder so that Bjergsen can grab on, but Dyrus is like, please wait, help, I'm American, and he runs along, and then they're just like, they leave him, and then as they're flying away and he starts to get smaller, you just see this angry crowd of like Viet Cong come out of the bushes, surround him, and they're like, then Santorin just puts one finger up like, I'll never forget you, Dyrus, and your sacrifice for our country, and they just fly away, and Lord Loco's obviously the pilot here, just flying them away like,
don't look back,
like,
don't look back, boys.
Exactly. He was a brave man.